this will go. This. What the fuck? Did it go up? Yeah. I don't see no broadcast to me. There we go. Alright, anyway.
Nice.
So, back on the topic. It's kind of weird that we've only explored, what, 5% of the ocean?
Yeah.
And
that's not enough.
For as long as
Like,
time since humans have been alive, we've only discovered 5% or 7% of the ocean.
I'm like, my thing with that is like,
why explore other planets if we haven't explored
exactly.
ours?
We're out in space and stuff for no reason.
What the f-
Like, we're out here in space, and yet we think we've explored so much when we've probably only explored like maybe 1%
Yeah.
of what might be out there. Like, if we're going off of what, in my opinion, what logic is, space might go on for
Ever.
an infinite amount. So,
Hold on. Okay. In fact, most of the ocean we've only explored 5%. In fact, most of the waters remains unexplored, uncharted, unseen by our eyes. It might be shocking to find out, but only 5% of the ocean has been explored and charted by humans. The rest, especially its depth, are still unknown.
like, why?
Like,
Like,
here's the thing.
If we're building stuff that lets us go into space, which is even more pressurized than underwater, then why can't we just make something that lets us go deeper into water?
Exactly.
Because
We have the submarines to go deeper.
we had the equipment, and yet we're not.
See, we got
There's
we
no
got
reason that we're
pressurized.
not.
We got pressurized. We got pressurized spaceships. Why not use that pressurized
Exactly.
thing to go in the water?
Exactly.
And at the moment, what did you say? Like, we're using up too much resources and stuff.
Yes, which sounds like every other person nowadays, but I don't think we're using it up as much as like
I mean, we
people
still got
say we are. Like, we still got years,
billions
like,
and billions of years
plenty of time to figure out
to
something.
cut back.
Like, it's not like we need to sit here and stop right now and create a plan for the next couple years. It's not like running out of food during something like that. It's literally that we'll eventually run out of stuff. Earth will, at least the crust of Earth will eventually just stop producing what we need.
See why we say the crust. We've been looking at theories about the planet.
Because, like, going off of that, hollow Earth, bro. Hollow Earth
They
gotta
gotta
be a thing.
It has to be.
Because I googled this, bro. What plants can be like
Without sunlight, like, okay, pull it up real quick and I'll read it out.
You sure you want to read it out?
Yeah, I'll read it out. I read that.
It was a bit iffy.
Alright, what am I reading? All plants can survive short periods without light. Obviously, they need to be able to last through the night, but also, plants can cope with longer darkness in an emergency. See, plants have been adapting to certain things, obviously. But if they can use that as their first priority, don't you think that they can do that for a longer period of time, more than usual?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. There's no point in doing this. There's no one watching.
I'll see it later. It shows up on my videos, as you see.
Fair enough. But going off of that though, it also says on here that there are also some plants that have lost the power of
Photosynthesis.
Damn. Photosynthesis altogether. The genus Arobonche, commonly known as broom rape, is an example. The plants have no chlorophyll and get all their nutrients by parasitically attaching to roots of nearby plants instead. Although broom rape doesn't harness sunlight itself, it's still indirectly reliant on the sun to provide energy to its host plant. But some other parasitic plants called mycoheterotrophs feed on fungi. And these could theoretically live in complete darkness for months, even years.
See, here's the thing. There are some plants that glow, and there are bugs that also glow as well, like fireflies. Basically, fireflies, if they take a lot of oxygen, they will create a light. And I know a lot of plants that produce light.
Granted, though, with this plant, it also does feed on those fungi, which in turn get their energy by digesting dead plants.
So
anything dead in the soil.
So therefore, a loophole.
The fungi technically would need sunlight to create those plants, but
there are other ways of getting light.
If the roots of some plant that happen to reach low enough, the fungi would grow, which then gives the chance for the
new wildlife, new
mycoheterotrophs to then get there, which then indirectly leads for the Arobonche.
Yeah.
And eventually, from there, other plants would mutate, as animals have been doing inward since Earth, literally.
I mean, like,
So,
like, what would it be like if someone was in a hollow Earth?
it'd be crazy, bro.
No, like, okay, so here's a theory of mine. They would have to be really, really pale or a different color, if you think about it, to adapt to their surroundings.
That would be white.
Like, without any sun, no nutrients, so you'd be very skinny as well. And not only will you have to see in the dark, you'll probably adapt to the eyes, which bounce off the light around you to see in the dark.
I was supposed to TikTok about this, like not the whole thing, but like to get people. Oh, we got viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got 3.
Let's go.
We just talking though.
Yeah, we just talked.
There ain't no gameplay, but we got pure facts up in here this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my live stream so I can see y'all.
Seriously? Seriously, hotshot? Yeah, but bro, I swear, Hollow Earth do have to be a thing.
Right.
granted. Yes. Hotshot, I don't know if you were here sooner or not, but
It'd be okay. So
there are literally plants that can survive without sunlight. And there's literally a loophole up in this fold, though.
So
like
dead plants can feed off, or plants can feed off dead plants to get that nutrients and create a certain loophole to make itself grow.
pretty much, fungi grow off of dead stuff. I'm about to say a different word that I can't say. But fungi grow off of dead stuff. So, going off of that, if something gets that low and dies, the fungi then can grow. Which, if the fungi grow, that then lets a plant called mycoheterotrophs then can feed off of the fungi. Which, going off of that, then more and more plants can grow. Because there's a parasitic plant called the genus Aerobanchi, other known as broom rape, which goes and feeds off of other plants as their main food source. So going off of that, there's
creating
a loophole.
a loophole without any sunlight is like crazy insane.
Which, the possibility of there being a hole big enough in the ground,
Which is very
is very likely.
Because we got cave systems that are huge.
That we haven't even explored yet.
I mean, let's see what percentage have we explored.
We've only
Cave systems.
We've only explored 5% of the sea. Probably less of that into below the crust of the earth. Like we just say, they're just saying that it's magma.
The number of caves discovered throughout the world is less than 10% of the estimate total. So therefore,
that means that's pretty much 90% of the inside of the earth that's unexplored. And we just saying we don't have all the earth. Like, there ain't no proof. Well, me, my man over here, got proof that it's possible.
it's a 75%. Giving the facts that
Because if there's plants down there that are growing,
we switch.
okay. If there's plants that be growing down there, then who says that it hasn't been growing down there for years?
If not centuries.
Heck, just because the meteor back then wiped out the dinosaurs, don't mean it wiped out anything below ground.
But like the
Megs.
Like the Megs.
Because that had to graze like the top couple 100 feet of the water.
Hold on.
No way that went low enough to kill everything in the ocean.
How low is the Mariana Trench? Let's see, because 36,201 feet is the Mariana Trench. See,
Right.
it would only mildly hot, so it wouldn't be bad.
So the Meg would be in a hot tub, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, like, and who knows what else is down there? So, the different kind of crazy creatures in the ocean.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about heat.
In the
rises. Heat rises.
Exactly. So, after a couple weeks, maybe months, it would be up out of the ocean, so it wouldn't be that hot anymore. Bro, should we let Hotshot join and see what he gotta say about this?
Here, I'll call him.
Okay, Hotshot, we calling you. But like, I feel like we feel like there's crazy stuff all up on top right now, but like the thing be like, if there really is a hollow earth, what's down there? Like what kind of plants have we not explored?
Wait,
What kind of new creatures have we not explored?
Wait, let me. What percentage?
Like
Plants.
if you think about
Okay.
this,
Okay, look. 85% of plant life is found. Wait, not in the ocean, just in general.
like I don't know, man. I feel like there'd be some crazy stuff down there though. Like if there really is a hollow earth.
Yo.
What are y'all talking about?
we went into depth about like
Bro, like no more than like maybe an hour ago, me and him started watching a movie recap about the Meg on YouTube.
What the fuck is
And-
that?
the Megalodon shark.
Isaac brought up the fact that there's a really big chance that the Meg is not dead, and I agreed, and now we're going live to talk about it because I felt like it.
You don't talk about the Megalodon?
Yeah, because not only
No, I swear he's still alive.
that's what we're saying. Like they've seen it
The
in
ocean's
the,
deep enough, and we barely even went more than like a couple thousand meters down.
We've only explored 5% of the ocean on the planet.
So who knows what's down there? So it's possible for there still to be a Megs alive, much less other deep sea creatures.
Well, Megalodon is still alive, like whales and all that shit.
Yeah, but there was this one thing on the news that only a head of a whale was only found on a beach. It was like bitten off, and nobody knows why. And then that's where the theory came in that the Meg could still be alive, because a Meg was like 2 times bigger than the largest whale. And
you can't say we ain't spitting facts right now.
No, but I got on my phone because I was gonna lay down and start watching YouTube, and it says audience buzzers on live, and I click on it and I get something about planets.
yeah, like we're talking about megalodons and like you know the theory about hollow Earth, right?
Huh?
Hollow Earth, like the Earth is like hollow and whatnot.
No, I have not heard about it.
Bro, have you seen the Godzilla vs. Kong movie?
Yeah, no.
No?
Well, can we spoil it
Okay.
to create like an image in your head?
Yeah.
Okay, so
long
Okay.
story short, Godzilla and King Kong in general, both, and the other, what's the word of them? Well, the
kaiju.
kaiju. Sorry, I ain't that big brain. I can remember everything. But they all came from a giant, like,
Vortex.
I mean giant, like, underground cave that's, like, way, way, way underground. And they called that the Hollow Earth, which is where plants, animals, all that,
Water.
everything, pretty much everything we have on the surface and more was thriving down there. And that's where they came from.
Like
And we're going into deeper detail into that because that's really that there really is a high chance of that happening though.
Well, you gotta think it can't be true.
the what?
Actually, hold on.
Like, I ain't saying Godzilla and King Kong are real. I'm just saying, like,
No, I'm not saying that.
yeah.
You're gonna think. If that was really true, then all these earthquakes and stuff, and that stuff,
Like, we saying Hollow
Hold
Earth
on,
could
hold
be
on.
true.
You know, now that you mention earthquakes, let's go on a different tab here. Where is the most common place for earthquakes?
pretty sure it's Florida or Ohio, or it's
The Pacific Ocean. The world's greatest earthquake built the Kirkham Pacific Ocean Somatic.
You read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
The world's greatest earthquake belt, the Circum-Pacific Seismic Belt, is found along the rim of the Pacific Ocean, where about 81% of our planet's largest earthquakes occur. Which, that makes sense because it's more likely for
Hollow Earth. Now that you
Hollow
mention
Earth
that,
to be under an ocean because of oxygen bubbles and other stuff like that already being in the ocean. Water leaks through the bottom of the ocean into Hollow
see, that has to
Earth,
be
giving
pressurized, mainly
way
because
to
of the heat.
rivers and stuff.
See, you know how like heat rises and it pushes back like air bubbles and whatnot, and creates vortexes and whatnot. You know, what percentage of, like, let's go into depth with this. The number of cave discovered throughout the world is less than 10% of the estimated total. Not only have we not explored our cave system, they might lead to Hollow Earth. Now let's go into more depth with this. With
Bro.
are in the Pacific.
I'm making a Warzone clash right now.
The best Pacific coast caverns and caves. So not only is there caves under Pacific Ocean, it might be there. Isn't that kind of like wild?
No, fuck! I'm in print!
What you looking at?
How likely this all is?
Huh?
Because I feel like this is like a 85, maybe 90% true.
Honestly.
That Hollow Earth is real. So I'm Googling. What the fuck?
I'm making a Warzone
Sorry.
clash right now.
But I'm scrolling through this, looking up how likely it is that Hollow Earth is real. I'm scrolling through, trying to see if I can find an actual website that's not spitting out gibberish. I've just found the stupidest one. Is there a giant habitable void at the center of our Earth that is home to aliens, monsters, and even Nazis? What? That makes no sense.
See, here's the thing. Hollow Earth has to have like an air pocket under somewhere to have wildlife, because we haven't even explored 10% of the planet. Like, well, maybe like 85%, maybe, because people, you know. But now that you mention earthquakes and whatnot, wouldn't there be a lot of earthquakes there? Maybe in the Pacific Ocean, because that's the most occurring place. And there are so many air pockets and caves underneath the ocean.
So it would be possible for there to be a way into the hollow earth, like say an air pocket that's placed just right, or so on. Because if we were to say just drill straight down into it from the ocean, we're filling that thing up with water quickly.
Exactly.
But if we were to look into this,
Like a cave type
like,
thing.
to really look into this, and send like out small drills for drones or something down there to check it out, then and we got something back that there's something down there or something like that, then we'd have to find an air pocket or something from there to send out some kind of voyage vessel into what we would be thinking is our so-called hollow earth. And from there, we would have to explore whether this is the hollow earth or just
an air pocket.
or just a cave that was led to by an air pocket.
Yeah.
But I feel like we making some sense, right?
Jeremy,
Yeah.
you went silent.
I'm playing. I'm making a Warzone mode right now.
Oh, but are we making any sense?
But I don't. Yes. Oh man, I got so much.
We have people watching. I'm curious.
One. That includes one.
Oh,
You're back.
I'm guessing he's probably the other.
My question is like, that what? Why hasn't the Earth collapsed yet? Because it's hollow,
It's like a giant air pocket.
right? When air pockets can break under a certain amount of pressure.
That's where that comes in.
That's where it comes in.
See, caves, like if you go down to the earth, it's gonna get relatively a little bit hot, and that heat rises, right? So that pressure has to go somewhere. That's where the cave system comes in. See, there are caves near the Pacific Ocean on the beach that it leads to. All throughout there. Because it said 5 best Pacific shoreline caves or whatnot. And maybe that's where the air pockets are releasing the pressure without it collapsing.
Okay. So, air pockets underwater.
Mhm.
So we can't just use that as an excuse without
Exactly.
knowing how they're made.
Yeah.
So I just googled that, and it says water has gases dissolved in them, and the temperature changes. The gases are released, creating an air pocket, which makes sense for bubbles at the top. But how do you explain them changing at the bottom, other than hollow earth? Because temperature down there messes with the temperature of the ocean,
Yeah.
then creating air pockets. Because think about it this way. It's like crack, hot air comes through. It's hella cool down there. That then is a major temperature change. And the gases are then released, creating an air pocket.
Which different oxygen as well.
Exactly. So that's oxygen, then an air bubble.
and that pressure can push back anything like that, basically.
Exactly.
It's like, have you ever gone up a hill and your ears are starting to do that? That's maybe what it's like. Bro, imagine if that government fixes
Just random account randomly gets banned. Yeah, but we thought we'd just post our opinion.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else.
Alright. Well, we'll catch you guys in the next one.